Hello and welcome to the Google Nemesis pre-launch video. My name is Chris, and you probably know me from some of my earlier guides such as Day Job Killer, Affiliate Project X and Google Assassin. Now the purpose of this video is to show you exactly what's going to be inside Google Nemesis and to give you proof. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start the video by showing you exactly where my current income is at, and then I'm going to give away a Clickbank campaign that is currently dumping over $1,500 a day into my account. I'm going to show you the URL, the keywords. I'm going to just give the whole campaign away. But just to start from the top, I want to explain exactly who I am and the process I've gone through over the last 2 years. Now, about 2 years ago, I was probably like you are today. I was a complete newbie. I didn't know anything about Clickbank. I didn't know anything about Google. And it was tough for me, and eventually I was able to make it work. I was able to generate first $100 a day, then $500, and then my income continued to grow up until the point of last February. In February 2007, I released Day Job Killer, and at that point my income was a little over $1 million a year. Then in November of last year we released Google Assassin, and again I gave away proof of my income, and at that point my income was about $1.6 million a year. Now, as you can see from this headline, my income again has grown quite a bit in that time, and it's currently sitting at over $2 million per year. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to walk you through a couple of my accounts and break that income down for you. But before I do that, I just want to give you a very quick reminder that Google Nemesis is coming up, and it's coming up very, very soon. As you can see, the launch date is Tuesday, July the 8th at 3 p.m. Eastern. Okay, so bear that in mind when we're going through this video. So let's start from the top. As I say, the first thing I like to do with all of my videos, with all of my pre-launch videos, is show you proof of my income. And my income has grown to the point where it's currently now averaging over $6,000 per day. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to very quickly walk you through some of my Clickbank accounts and show you exactly where the money's coming from. So you see here I've opened up, I think it's 8 of my accounts. And if you just keep your eye on these two numbers here, that's, as you can see, the last 2 pay periods. So you can see this first account has generated just under $30,000, or just over $30,000 rather, in the last month. The next account, another $16,000 or so, $23,000 thereabouts, $25,000, another $33,000, $9,000 or so, $20,000, and then this last one has generated over, well, just under $40,000 actually. And this is the one that I'm going to show you. This is the $1,500 a day Clickbank account, and this is the one that I'm going to break down. But I just very briefly wanted to give you proof of my income. And you'll see I've got a few more accounts here. And if you add up all these two numbers, if you add up these two numbers for the last 2 full pay periods that we've had, you'll see that the total comes to $196,380 over the last 32 days, which works out at an average of $6,136 per day. And if you scale that up, so you times that figure by 12, and you get an annual figure of $2.35 million per year. Now, bear in mind that figure is actually probably more of a lowball figure. In actual fact, I do have maybe another half dozen Clickbank accounts on top of this, and of course I have other accounts with other affiliate networks, PayPal, non-affiliate networks, that kind of thing. So it does all add up, and the number I'm giving you here is probably on the low side, really. But I just wanted to show you exactly where my income was at, and to demonstrate to you that I am the real deal, and that I am capable of generating a massive amount of income in a very short amount of time. And that's great, but the big question is, how did I do it? Well, very broadly, there's 2 secrets to my success, I think. The first of which is I went from 0 to $1 million a year by doing it differently. I used methods that other affiliates weren't familiar with. I used techniques that other people didn't know about, and I prided myself on always being one step ahead of the curve and one step ahead of the competition. And then at the start of last year, I realized that the way to turbocharge my income and take it to the next level was by investing in software. And over the course of the last year or so, I've invested over $100,000 in my programming team. And I think that that's responsible for conservatively adding another $1 million to my bottom line. And from the point of me hooking up with my programming team and starting to invest in that, my income has in fact grown by over $1 million. So very broadly, the first secret to my success was that I did it differently. I broke away from the path that most affiliates were treading, created a lot of my own new techniques, which I've now trained up over 30,000 affiliates with in the last 2 years. And then from that point on, I then took those methods, improved on them, and automated them. And both of these principles are at play when it comes to Google Nemesis. So this is the main event, introducing Google Nemesis inside the $1,500 a day AdWords account. Because after all, it's all about the proof. I've given you proof of my income. I've shown that I'm generating well over 7 figures per year, over $2 million, and probably close to 3 if I'm honest. And what I want to do now is give you what's really the raw proof, which is an actual campaign that's making me over $1,500 a day. It's dumping over $1,500 a day into my AdWords account. So let's start from the top. How do you find a $1,500 a day AdWords account? How do you Clickbank account rather? How do you find a niche? How do you go about